Welcome back, everyone. We're up to game 2 here between FXoptikzero and Moonglade. It is going to be 1-0 to FXoptikzero so far. So Moonglade has chosen Metalopolis, but this is not what he wanted to see. Close spawn positions. That's got to be frustrating.
Yeah,
Especially,
you know, when you choose Metalopolis, you kind of roll the dice a little bit. You hope that you'll be at far positions, but sometimes there's a 1 in 3 chance, of course, that you're going to be at the closest rush distance in the entire ladder pool, which is the positions that we have here. So Moonglade was probably not going to be happy about this. And if he
yeah,
tries to hatch first, it could be bad.
yeah, I really hope that Moonglade doesn't go straight for that hatch first. He really wants to get that drone out. At least wait until he sees if FXoptikzero is in this position or not. With this Overlord going across to the 9 o'clock position, he's going to have a 50-50 chance of being cross spawns. It's always something you, as a Zerg player, you want to see them over here, but you don't at the same time, because if they do end up being that cross position, it's just a heart sink to actually have that happen to you.
Yeah, but he's gonna see this probe, so that's kind of important. He's gonna see the probe timing, and he's gonna know that he's at short position, so that's gonna allow him to put his pool down first. He's gonna throw his gas down already, and you know, FXoptikzero gonna go ahead and patrol his probe to stop a hatchery, but it's not gonna be happening because Moonglade's gonna throw down his pool after that gas. Really safe opener.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be throwing it down right about now. There we go. There it is. But, yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of build FXoptikzero is going to go for this time. Obviously, his Phoenix play from the last game is probably not the best choice on this map, simply because you can have that expansion. It's a lot wider. It's harder to defend it. And also, you can have a strong counterattack by Roaches by Moonglade, like we saw in Tyler versus Moonglade Game 1.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna see is possibly could try to Sentry expand, but I think more than likely he's probably going to do a 4-gate timing push because that's so effective at these positions. Especially sometimes when your opponent doesn't hatch first, you can do a 4-gate timing push because there's not a lot of creep, because the creep spread is of course delayed, and when you do that, it's very effective on this map. And I think that he might try to do it. Drone going to be in here for a while to scout, and we don't see a second gas yet for FXoptikzero, so I think he's probably going to go for that. No, he's going to throw the gas down now. I was going to say he might go for that Zealot heavy 4-gate, but it looks like he is going to go and get that second gas. So definitely a lot of possibilities, and we won't know for a little while what he chooses.
Yeah, something I did notice, Moonglade was actually putting his drone in the block position for FXoptikzero on this cybernetics core. He wanted to put it just below this gateway, but great choice by FXoptikzero. He did not want to fight with Moonglade's drone over it, so he just placed it instantly and just waited for that Zealot to come out. Oh, he does snipe that drone. That's frustrating for Moonglade, but now he can safely put a second gateway at the front and complete his wall off.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what he's going to do. There he goes. Knows that it looks like you
Oh
can't
no, please
get a Zealot
notice.
through there, but you can.
Yeah, you can get a Zealot through the right-hand side. I was just worried that FXoptikzero might have noticed that the Zealot actually cancelled that building production as the Lings were running into the base. So, Moonglade will probably
Stargate.
try... Ooh, interesting. Whoa, FXoptikzero almost getting that Zealot out of position. Needs to be careful.
Really nice control by FXoptikzero, though. He was able to attack the Zergling and pull it back just in time. Getting a Stalker. And, you know, when you block off like this, it's going to really delay your opponent's scouting. He's going to throw an Overlord over here, but it's probably not going to see the Stargate for a while. And what I'm guessing is we might see him just get 4 Phoenixes off of 1 Stargate and harass with those and expand and do not necessarily similar to last game build, but similar to last game composition, where he just goes for those Phoenixes and then goes into Colossi afterwards. Really nice play by FXoptikzero, though, hiding the Stargate. You know, getting a Void Ray, though, could be an all-in with the Void Ray. Not entirely sure. Sometimes you do see, like I talked about when we were watching Moonglade against Tyler, sometimes you do see the 3-gate and Void Ray push. To wait and see if that's what he's got in mind. I'm really a little bit confused by this build. I just haven't really seen it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, Moonglade is going to see quite a bit now. I don't think FXoptikzero has even noticed the Overlord. Hopefully, Moonglade checks the back here to see this Void Ray coming out. Oh no, that's very unfortunate for FXoptikzero.
Oh,
Moonglade definitely
Void
knows
Ray
it's
is going to be
coming out.
spotted.
So let's have a look.
Should have been
here.
a little bit more careful with that Stargate. You know, waited until the Overlord is gone to let that out, because now we're going to see probably Moonglade make some more queens. Although it did supply block him, he's actually forced to make 3 Overlords there.
Yeah, that's
actually making 4, so he wants to have a lot of Overlords because he lost yet another one. And,
yeah, that's very frustrating for him.
So maybe it was worth it to see that Void Ray, lose all those Overlords. And he's going to expand behind this, so this is actually kind of interesting. This reminds me of a build that we saw in the beta, Anti-Mage's Void Ray expand for PvZ.
Yeah. But
And,
see, the only problem I see with this
keep,
is Moonglade coming in like this with these links, just like we saw him versus Tyler. Oh my god, he's got a great surround on all these guys. I think there's too many links for FXoptikzero to deal with. He's dropped a lot of these units. He's going to be able to force the cancel there. FXoptikzero doing the perfect thing. He's not panicking. He's bringing that Zealot back up to the top. There's the Void Ray is in the main base, the natural of Moonglade now. There is no transfuse on that Queen. Is he going to drop it though? We do have more Queens coming out. In the meantime, we do have this gateway on the left-hand side might drop fairly soon. There's a lot of Lings in there. The first Zealot does go down. FXoptikzero does have that sentry, great force field, but unfortunately he's force fielded the Lings against that gateway, and there we go. So we do have a great surround by Moonglade now, and things look bad for FXoptikzero. Oh my god, that was a big turnaround.
Yeah, he really wasn't able to make use of those Void Rays because the Void Rays were scouted, and his opponent made more Queens, and it was just a really bad situation to be in. With all those speedlings, trying to expand. It was really similar to what we saw with Tyler in the first game of that earlier series, where the Zerglings just kept forcing the Nexus cancel, except this time he was able to break all the way through because we didn't have enough force fields for FXoptikzero, and his force field, like you said, was not the best. Didn't force field those Zerglings.